some more motherfucking metal from the region. Stay tuned. What's happening, Gouligans? I'll tell you what, not a motherfucking thing, but hey, back again for some more fucking metal, man. Alright. So, like always, stick around, grab a beer, or your favorite drink, whatever the fuck it is. Cheers, motherfuckers. So, alright, so I'm gonna do another video on more bands from the region. So this is like part 2. If you're not familiar with what the region is, in my last video I discussed it. It's Northwest Indiana. They call it the region. Don't know why, but it's anywhere between Chicago, Illinois, and South Bend. That's what the region is. But it's mostly made up of 3 counties: Lake, Porter, and LaPorte. And I discussed in my last video I lived in all 3. So we have some interesting, history here. Belle Gunness, one of the first known female serial killers in the 1800s. She was from LaPorte. We got Michigan City Prison. Also got Westville Prison. 2 prisons in the same motherfucking county, and I live in that same county. Crazy, man, LaPorte County. But John Dillinger, he was from Northwest Indiana, I believe. I think he busted out of Crown Point Jail back in the day. Actually, they got a museum now based on him. Fucking douchebag Michael Jackson, Gary, Indiana. Also, my family. I've got family from Gary. I was from Gary at one point. So yeah, man, rich motherfucking history here, and lots of motherfucking metal. Great place for metal. And like I said in my last video about this, we're like Northwest Indiana, the region. We're somehow like we're like the metal scene is like Chicago's fucked up cousin, fucked up hillbilly cousin from way back, like that's how I view it. When bands come out here from Chicago, they're like, this place is great. You guys are, when bands play out here, they pretty much say, it reminds me of the fucking late 80s, early 90s, like things move a little bit fucking slower here in Steel City, man. So we're a little bit behind the times. A lot of people fucking smoke still in this era, which is pretty great. I don't smoke anymore, unfortunately, but trying to live a little longer. But all right, well, aside from that shit, let's get started with some of this, man. Talk about some of these fucking bands. So first up, okay, so in my last video I talked about the band Thanatopsis. If you're not familiar, just check it out. And I was saying how they're kind of a super group for back in the day. The majority of that band, they broke up, but the majority of the members in the band went on to form other bands and multiple bands, but this is one of them. So this is pretty much like Thanatopsis. So that was consisted of I think Dave Ross on drums. What's his name? Tom Stathis on guitar, and Mark Schultz on guitar. Now these 3 guys all end up forming this band called Nocturnal Torment, and also with this band, years later, also with this band, there's a well-known guy by name of Pete Clemens. I believe he plays bass on this. He's got his own label, Orchestrated Misery Records. I think that's based out of LaPorte. He also has check out his label. He's got a decent roster of bands from this area and his own band. But this is kind of a super group in a sense. It's like Thanatopsis. It's just got a bit. It's like crazy fucking death thrash technical, but it's got more of a Swedish death metal like influence in it on. So it's really interesting. But this album, this is a really good album. You can what the fuck? You can't even see it on the camera. I believe it was released on Deathgasm Records. They Come at Night. Yeah, you can't see it on my fucking camera. God damn it. But Nocturnal Torment, They Come at Night. I'll play some here in a minute. But yeah. Alright. But, Definitely check it out. It's like I said, it's like death thrash with a Swedish death metal influence. Very complex. Really fucking brutal. This came out on fucking Deathgasm Records, dude. So, fuck, it's a label like that. Like I said, their previous band back in the day, the Anatopsis was they had a deal with Peacefield, but it never went through. The band split. Like so many great things, everything fucking in this area, everything good dies. All hopes and dreams fucking come here, die right here in Northwest Indiana. Yeah, probably everywhere else too, but whatever. But yeah, Nocturnal Torment. This is some good shit. All right, so here's another one for you. This band, I've had previous band I've had the opportunity to play with, Nocturnal Torment. I've also had this band the opportunity to jam with too on some shows. Death grind band called Decrypt, Holy Erotic Rapture. Fucking check it out. It's really fucking really extreme death grind with a nice technical vibe to it. These guys could have fucking, I swear, they could have toured easily with a band like Cryptopsy or, opened up for bands like that. I mean, this is some really good shit. Way under the radar. These guys are fucking great. Really fast, very brutal, very, very extreme. Lots of technical parts. I had the opportunity to play a show with these guys back in the day, so all cool dudes. I ain't got nothing bad to say. They were on a record label. Anybody out there knows or knows what happened to it, let me know. It's Forever Underground Records out of Hobart, my area, right from the fucking region here. We had our own fucking record label. There was a lot of good bands on it. Ezerate from Chicago, black metal from Chicago was on it. Corpse fucking Art. I'm sure you guys heard of Corpse fucking Art. Flesh Ties. Fucking who else, man? Beheaded, which I love Beheaded. I think they're fucking brutal as fuck. But yeah, Decrypt was on that fucking label too. There's a bunch of good bands on Forever Underground. If anybody knows what happened to it, let me know, man. I'd like to know. I don't remember what the fuck happened to Forever Underground Records. I mean, but definitely check out Decrypt. Alright, so here's another really good one here. This is also on Orchestrated Misery Records. This is a split. So, both of these bands are from this area. You can't fucking see it, god damn it. I'm gonna play some, but this is a split called, what was the name of it again? Unleashing a Cacophony of Destruction. My bad. With the bands Throne of Sacrilege and Imperium on here. Now, Throne of Sacrilege is kind of I would want to say they're like a black death band, but more on the black metal side. Well, no, you know what? if you take Marduk era, I want to say like Heaven Shall Burn When We Are Gathered. That album, you take some of the that kind of sound where Marduk was going with, and you mix that with a tiny bit of fucking Swedish death metal, you pretty much get Throne of Sacrilege. Now, the drummer Dan Klein, also drummer of Cryptic Fog and many other fucking bands, He plays drums on it. A guy by the name of I don't know, they nickname him Country, but he's from this area. He does vocals. Now if you like Jeff Grosslin era, like Vital Remains, that's up your alley right here. The dude fucking sounds like Jeff Grosslin on here. So you got brutal fucking Marduk riffs with like a little bit of a Swedish death metal influence, some very like crazy fucking blast beats, and fucking Jeff Grosslin style vocals. It's only 3 songs. It's all they ever put out. It was the split, but it's a gem. This is a real fucking gem. I really love this. And then, yeah, the other band on here is Imperium. They're good too. If you like, it's more on the death metal side of things, but it has a bit of a black metal influence. More, I want to say like death metal, like more like incantation kind of a sound, but with a bit of a fucking black metal influence. So it's good too. So each band did 3 tracks on this, so definitely fucking check this out, man. This is also available on Orchestrated Misery. You might be able to find it in Hell's Headbangers, I'm not sure, but I'm sure there's more of these motherfuckers floating around. It's really good stuff. Alright. I think, is that all of them? Fuck. Oh, you know what? This one I do not have. Now, don't knock me for this. I mean, I do collect music, but you know, I don't. It's not always a fucking available. And this one, I don't know. I just can't find it at the moment. But I'm gonna mention it. And this is also members from that band Psychomancer. They went on to form some of the old members of Psychomancer went on to form another band. And Rob Lawrence on drums. I mentioned him. He was original Psychomancer drummer. He was also Chronic Black drummer. Well, Sean McCormick was also the Psychomancer vocalist. They went on to form this other band called Hellgrind, and it's pretty much like the early Psychomancer sound, but a little like but I don't know, still really mid-paced, gritty, fucking heavy death metal. So you can listen to them on YouTube, Bandcamp. So check them out too. So I just wanted to give that a nice shout out to Hellgrind.
flesh. The beacon to blow, I beacon to peel. With surgical precision, eyesight.
Another fucking kick-ass band. Another thing I wanted to mention was, yeah, I mentioned this in my previous video, but fucking J-Dog talks on his channel, talks about like how he has these guys he talks to like all the time, like King Fowley, the Dawn of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead. These older dudes. I mean, of course, musicians, but my area, like that's who these people are to me. Like Mike Viley did a video with, where he interviewed me and Black Metal Jim. Well, Black Metal Jim was another like kind of a metal mentor or just an older person we hung out and go to shows with and had a huge collection. But these guys were like pioneers to us. And what I mean by that is like they've been around. We're like third, fourth fucking generation fans. Like I got into this shit in the 2000. A lot of any guy in their fucking mid 30s, early 30s, or around my age, same shit. Well, these older cats, fucking. All in their 50s now, but back in the day, they were all my age now. We hung around a lot of these guys that were in these bands. The Psychomancer, they used to practice behind this old fucking bar. They had a little storage place in the town I lived in when I was a teenager. We used to fucking hang out and go back there and watch them practice. It was fucking cool, So just kind of grew up with some of these bands and these guys that were in the scene, a long time, like since the fucking beginning. They're just not as known. I mean, they're just shit just didn't happen or whatever, however it did, but it doesn't mean anything. These are all fucking like fucking real dudes, really into it. But that's just something I wanted to mention on. Another thing too is, this is like off topic, but something I was thinking about earlier. It's like, I don't collect every goddamn thing. When it comes to metal, I have to really, really like it. And what I mean by that is, when I'm into a band, I'm looking for, the first fucking Deicide album, like, I want to feel that feeling, or at least something, like some kind of reaction. I have to feel, when I hear it, it's got to move me in some kind of way. Like how I'm always looking for something that, catches my ear, like, when I first, like, basically like the first time I heard the first Deicide album, or I look for metal like that gives me that feeling. And if I'm bored, if it doesn't strike, I don't want it. And and why waste your fucking money on something, and if you're gonna spend your time, and time is everything, man. Life is fucking short. Invest into something that you're really gonna fucking enjoy. I know a lot of these collectors, and I'm not knocking any of them. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how the fuck you can listen to all that shit. How the hell can you? When I buy something, I always make sure it's something I'm gonna go back to and listen to on a regular basis. Otherwise, why the fuck have it? That goes for movies or anything else. In life, it's like, if you're gonna collect something, make sure you really fucking like it. But I'm not saying that people don't. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but just, to speak in my mind a little bit about how I approach music and how I collect. I'm lucky if I get a fucking like 10, 15 albums a year, but I'm a slow collector. I don't have millions of fucking dollars to blow on this shit. Another thing is, what I find really annoying is, I'm not gonna pay more than $30 fucking for an album. I think it's ridiculous that some of these albums, because there's not so many, it's fucking death metal. It's underground. This shit was never meant to be stupid expensive, man. Some of these assholes on Discogs and fucking eBay are like just over fucking charging for a fucking album, man. Ridiculous. I'm slowly trying to collect some of the Abominator albums. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not paying $50 fucking for this. I'm not paying more than 30 is almost too fucking much for an album. Anybody feel the same? Just comment, let me know, because I think it's fucking ridiculous. Like, why the fuck? This is underground music. It was never supposed to be fucking expensive and ridiculous. Like, what the fuck? You make it unaccessible. And for that reason, when things are unaccessible, I can't get to it, sometimes I'll make my own goddamn bootleg copy of something. And I I hope people bootleg my album. You know, like I think that's cool shit. Like if you can't get something, then do what you got to do if like you really want to hear it. But don't pay no more than 30 fucking bucks for something, man. That's fucking retarded. Fucking straight up retarded. I don't know. I don't fucking get it. But anyways, guys, if you made it this far, thanks. Cheers. I'm probably gonna do more of these about bands from the region. I just want to shine some light on some of these bands from my area. You know that are been important to me. You know, people that I know. So, all right. Till next time, stay tuned.